What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk about more so this upcoming week, some data points that you need to know, some events that may or may not influence the price of Lucid, some news that possibly as well might be coming out, which would be very beneficial for Lucid and its investors. And I also do want to go over some data points and some technical analysis and give you a projection of where things might be going by the end of the week. But before I get into any of that though, you guys definitely know the deal by now. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. Take advantage of this massive promo. It is only for a couple more days until June the 30th. Click on the link in the description below. Sign up. Just deposit $1. You get 6 free stocks. It is completely crazy. A lot of people have been actually receiving Lucid a part of this deal as well. So take advantage of this. Only a couple days left. But with that though, let's get right to it. So as far as economic events, there's only one real thing that may affect Lucid and obviously the broader economy, and that is GDP numbers. That's coming out on Wednesday, June the 29th. And GDP quarter over quarter is forecasted to be negative 1.5%. So that's something that I feel that if it is still very much negative, that is still going to cause a little bit more of a worry. It'll cause a lot of institutions to start shouting about recession, blah, blah, blah. So that might be something to cause a lot of volatility. My own 2 cents though, keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But in the end though, a lot of institutions have been continuously buying. So this is the dark pool orders from Friday. I've already done this and gone over this in another video, but there's been a lot of big purchases to say the least. More notably, even 12, 20 million, 25 million, and you can see there's a lot of other ones, and this is just Friday alone. So clearly a lot of big money has been getting into Lucid over the last several weeks as well. So I see that as a continuation as well, because a lot of value is being sought out in these growth stocks, especially when JP Morgan does come out. JP Morgan does say that next week they anticipate stocks to go up 7%, and that is because of rebalancing. And in the end though, a lot of growth stocks have been hit severely over the last several quarters, but especially with next week being in play, that is the last week for a lot of institutions to rebalance their portfolios. So that's something that we need to keep in mind, that most likely a lot of institutions are going to continuously buy Lucid and other growth stocks as well. So most likely just watch this, because you're going to see a lot of big institutions continuously buying next week, and especially JP Morgan, like I just pointed out, anticipates a 7% increase. Very beneficial for Lucid in the end, and especially when it does couple that with the good technicals that's happening. So I'm going to touch on the technicals, but more so as well as far as news that may come out next week. There was this that was posted by Let's Go Lucid. Definitely follow him on Twitter. Very beneficial and good information for Lucid, but it does look like Lucid is hiring an engineer, a part of the energy storage system, so the ESS. Hands down, that is a very big deal, especially if you do couple that with possibly in Tempe, the 116,000 square foot facility that Lucid is just now leasing. So hopefully those are linked in some way, that Lucid is going to start establishing more of a step or a process for their ESS, so that us as investors can benefit from this as well as Lucid. So hands down, that might be something coming over the next several weeks, and so stay tuned to that and make sure, like I said, follow Let's Go Lucid. But when it comes down to it though, I'm not going to disregard the fact that there is still a lot of fear on the market, and more so as well, I just want to point this out. So this is Interactive Brokers. I like to use them, have a lot of good information. Click on the link in the description below and also the comments just to play around or just take a look at a lot of this, because like I said, I gather a lot of information from here. But I do have the ticker SQQQ. In case you guys don't know, that is basically a 3x leverage short against the NASDAQ. There has been a huge increase of purchasing on this actual ETF, insinuating that a lot of people do anticipate a massive downtrend to happen. And like I said as well, this is a 3x leverage, so a very risky stuff to say the least. So a lot of people getting into this, that might be a cause for concern. I don't know, my own 2 cents though. Like I said, I just like to look at a lot of this information and piece it all together. But again, I'm just going to pop back over to Lucid and show you one quick thing, because when I do technical analysis, I look at a lot of the moving averages and things like that. But I like to also pop over and look at this, because this shows as far as the Elliott wave. A lot of people like to look at this and project kind of where it may go. And as you can see, it does project Lucid being 21 to 2150 in the short term within the next month. And that hopefully is very beneficial and where it is in kind of in line with what a lot of you feel. Again, definitely take a look at Interactive Brokers. Link is in the description below. But getting back to it though, I just want to go over my own technical analysis where obviously I use moving averages and obviously indicators, things like that. I do have the 50, 100, 200-day moving averages, Bollinger Bands, RSI, stochastic, and momentum. So looking at this, so things have gone up fairly well over the last week or so. Stochastic, you can see there is still that deviation. So black line above the red showing a nice bullish sentiment in that regard. And I find it funny that a lot of the technicals are all pointing to a lot of bullish signals, despite the massive recession fears that is out there. So again, I've been saying this over the last several videos, institutions are not your friend. They are there to buy cheap shares from you. So do not sell a dime in hand, especially if Lucid has not changed their fundamental reason why you got into it. No reason to sell. My own 2 cents though. But looking at momentum, you can see number of buyers has been going up continuously. Very beneficial and positive. And when it comes down to Lucid is doing actually very well compared to a lot of other growth stocks. We're actually over that 50-day moving average, which was a very, very big barrier for the last 6 months. The last time we actually did that was in January. So hopefully it is a start of something big to come. But when it comes down to it though, like I said, especially with the rebalancing, what JP Morgan does forecast, the amount of huge institutional purchasing that's been going on, I see that continuing into next week. But overall though, I do see by the end of next week us getting to roughly about $21 to $22, which is fairly good, keeping in line with what the Elliott wave did forecast. I do see it happening a little bit sooner than that because of, like I said, the rebalancing and also technically shorts closing out the positions and things like that. I just want to give you a quick summary on some short information as of right now from Friday. So Friday, it does appear that they did increase 0.21%, so pretty flat in the end, but this is what you want to watch for. Cost to borrow. So the cost to borrow max is 27, the average is 22. So given the circumstances, it is pointing to that there may be a good squeeze. As far as some options activity as well, things have been starting to look very positive over the last little bit. So Friday there was 56% positive, and so Friday there was $839,000 worth of options being done. But looking more so here, you can see if we can get to this $20 mark, then there could be very positive things happening. So you can see 9.52 thousand in open interest. That again would cause a nice little gamma squeeze at the end of the week. This is why Fridays are very volatile with Lucid and has been for the last little bit. So that's something that you definitely need to watch for. But more so as well, even if you look on July the 15th and 22nd, those are weeks to really watch for because the open interest is absolutely huge. So there might be something big coming as well over the next month, especially more so gamma related. And obviously once a gamma squeeze does start, then a short squeeze soon follows. My own 2 cents though. But let me know your thoughts on Lucid in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.